just say, if Emily Henry has 1,000 haters, I'm one of them. Hello besties, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is JavellAshanti. Today I have a fun video. Okay, we're talking about summer books. I have a summer book recommendations. Some of them are like really popular, but some of them are like underrated, but they're really good summer themed books. So we're getting all the summer romances, all the beach vibes, all the lake house vibes. The summer is summering. It's mid-July, and so I thought this is like the perfect time because everybody's about to go on vacation and you need your beach read for the vacation. Okay, so without further ado, if you haven't subscribed yet, definitely go ahead and subscribe to my channel for more, and let's get into the video. I'm gonna start with one that was like super popular, I think last summer, maybe the summer before, which is People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. And let me just say, if Emily Henry has 1,000 haters, I'm one of them. If Emily Henry has one hater, it's me. If Emily Henry has 0 haters, I'm dead. Okay, I'm not the biggest Emily Henry fan, but I know a lot of people really like this book. This book is about college best friends who go on vacation every year together, which we're already getting the summer vibes, we're getting the summer vacation, but they're college best friends who go on vacation every year. One year something mysterious happened, which we don't really know what it is because she keeps it hidden until the end of the story. Something bad happens one year and they stop being friends. They completely like lose contact with each other, and then they reconnect and they decide to kind of have like one last vacation to kind of just like see if they can continue their friendship somehow. So it goes back and forth where it tells us like their vacations in the past and kind of like leading up to their big falling out, and like their current vacation where things are like all awkward and they're trying to salvage their friendship. And I personally like this book. Like, it gives definitely summer vibes, it gives summer vacation vibes, but my problem is that like the reason why they fell out was so stupid, and the ultimate like build up to it just didn't really do it for me. But I know a lot of people really like this book, so I thought I would recommend it. Emily Henry is Book Talk's queen. Everyone loves her. No one ever talks bad about her or her writing, but she does have another book that I feel like I could also recommend, which is Beach Read, which is also like a very summer themed book, and I really can't tell you what the synopsis is about, but I just know a lot of people really do like that book as well, so I thought I would just slide that in there as like a little recommendation. I haven't read it, so I really don't know if I like it, but it's a summer themed book. I honestly can say this is one of my, I won't say it's my favorite book because I literally just read it like 2 days ago, but it is Same Time Next Summer by Annabelle Monaghan, and she is the author of Nora Goes Off Script. I literally just read this, you guys, and it's not like a thick book, so I feel like if you're going on like a short vacation, or like you're not a super fast reader, or you're just getting back into reading and you don't want to spend like days reading a book, this is like a really cute, like 300 pages I think. Such a nice fast-paced read, and I genuinely enjoyed this book. It gave me all the summer vibes and it makes me want to buy a beach house so bad. But anyway, this is about childhood friends who became lovers. They had a really big falling out, which is kind of like giving the same storyline, plotline as Emily Henry's People We Meet on Vacation. Ultimately, they had a big falling out and they stopped talking for like 15 years, right? And then now she is back into like where they used to vacation every year. They're both back, and she comes back with a fiance and she's planning her wedding there, but Wyatt, who is the male like love interest, he's also there and he's like playing his guitar and the vibes are vibing, and they ultimately reconnected. Her old feelings for Wyatt is resurfacing, but her fiancés are also there, so it's like a little weird like love triangle situation, and it does like a back and forth where it tells us like again like previously what was really going on with her and Wyatt and like how they grew up together and stuff, and we kind of just learned about their past leading up to the current moment, and then it does like present moment where it shows us like what's currently going on. So I love this book. I kind of just love the back and forth, and honestly it's my first book by Annabelle Monaghan and I genuinely enjoyed it. It was such a cute little read, and I just loved it. Then another book I definitely recommend for the summer is It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey, and this book, it's kind of like a series but not really. Like, you can read them alone, but there's also Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. So the first book, It Happened One Summer, she's an influencer, she's an out of control influencer, and she ends up in jail, and her parents decide she needs to be humbled, so they send her off to like her hometown where it's like a small fisherman's town, and she's just there to kind of like reconnect with basically who she really is. And she gets there, she meets this guy, he's a fisherman, he's like the captain, like everyone loves him, but he's also like super grumpy, and he doesn't like her because like she's like an influencer, she's very like luxurious, and he's just very like small town vibes, like he just doesn't get it. So they both don't like each other when they first met. However, they keep bumping into each other, and he like grows like weirdly like protective of her. There's just like a lot going on where they can't really be together. He just has some hang-ups where like his wife died, and like he just doesn't really feel like he needs to be in a relationship again. I don't really know, but it's such a cute read. It's a spicy read. We love a good spicy book. I don't know, definitely summer vibes. We get beach town vibes, like small beach town. And so I feel like this is such a good summer book recommendation. We meet Hannah and Fox in this book. Hannah is the influencer in the first book's younger sister, and Fox is her love interest, but they're also like friends in this book. They're back in the small town where Hannah works in like film production, so they're filming a show there, and while she's there all the hotels are booked, so she can't get a hotel, so she decides to stay with her best friend, Fox. So they kind of have like close proximity trip going on, and Fox kind of just has like a really bad reputation for being like a ladies man, and like he doesn't really date anyone. So Hannah is growing feelings for him, but she's just like, I don't want to be just another girl on his belt, you know, like I want to be taken seriously. And I don't know, their entire relationship is just like super fun, like so cute. The reasons why he didn't want to date her was kind of stupid, but I really like this book. You get like small town, like I don't know if you've ever been to like a small beach town, but like you just get like small beach town vibes from this. I think they talk about like the beach and the ocean a lot in here, and he's also a fisherman, so you definitely get like small town fisherman vibes. I don't know, just so cute. I think there's a little bit of spice in here. I don't really remember, I read it like a year ago, but I definitely would put this on my summer book recommendations list. Trust me, it's so good. And another recommendation I have is Summer Promises by Nora Roberts. Nora Roberts, she is like an insane author, like she has a million books, and I feel like when you're in your early 20s, you're not like her target demographic, but I did want to try one of her books, which is what I got here. And it has like two stories in here. It has Courting Catherine, and it has A Man for Amanda. And basically the storyline is that like they live in a really big like mansion, like their entire family. However, there's like a missing like family heirloom in there, and so they're going through like a lot of like financial problems, so they're trying to decide whether they want to sell the mansion or not. But the problem is like the missing like emerald necklace is there, and they can't sell the mansion with the necklace because then they'll be losing like millions of dollars. So here comes this guy who's trying to like proposition, like trying to get them to sell the house. And the main sister, Catherine, she just didn't really like him. She's like really like tough, like hard ass, but they ultimately like, he basically wanted to get with her or whatever. But you definitely get like really cute like beach town vibes. I do remember they were like living close to a beach town, and so that's why this is on my book recommendations. Also, if you're not a really fast reader, I feel like this, or like if you don't want a long book, I feel like this is such a small book as well. The next recommendation I have is My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey, and this book is about a teacher who takes a vacation with her brother, and they rent like this really nice Airbnb. Like they're really excited because it's like luxurious, and like usually they can't afford stuff like this. They get there, what do they find? A dead body. A dead body in the Airbnb. So a guy who's like, he's like a detective, but he's not like a part of the police force, if that makes sense. He's like an undercover like detective, I guess. So he is investigating, and the main character, she's like really into true crime, so she's like trying to help him out to figure out like who's the killer and like what really happened here. Except he doesn't really want her help. Like he's like a lone wolf, like he doesn't really want her help, but they're like really attracted to each other, and that's basically what the story is about, just them trying to solve the crime. So it's kind of like a murder mystery romance. That's kind of the vibe you get in here, but it also is like in a really nice town, and they have like beaches there, and so I thought this would be like a little like murder mystery summer romance situation, so definitely would recommend it. Another book on my summer book recommendations is The Matchmaker by Elin Hilderbrand, and she is like, all her books are kind of like low-key like summer themed. All her books are like based in Nantucket, and I know a lot of people really like that. But I got The Matchmaker by Elin Hilderbrand. I really like this book. It's such a cute little story. This is my first and only book by her. I do want to read more of her stuff, but this book is about a matchmaker who has been like very successful, like She's made like a million like successful matches, except she has a really bad gut feeling about her daughter's husband because she really does believe he is not her match, but also she's married and the guy that she's married to is not her match. The guy that's actually her match has recently returned back to Nantucket and he just has a lot of stuff going on with him, and she is in shambles because like her true love or her perfect match is back on the island. And that's basically what we get, like just really good summer vibes. We get like, I don't know how to explain it, but like we just get really good summer vibes from here. Book I'd recommend for beach vibes, I guess, would be Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy. Elle Kennedy usually doesn't do like summer themed books, or like all her books are like based in Massachusetts and it's like ice hockey season, so usually we don't really get like summer vibes from her books. But oddly enough, this book is set in like a beach town. Even though it's like set during the school year, we do get like a lot of like walks on the beach or just like swimming, just very beach vibes in general. So this book is about a girl and her boyfriend. They move to like the area that their school is going to be in, where their university is going to be in, and they're both from like a really wealthy family, except her boyfriend is very douchey. Like he's not that good to her and he's just like an asshole in general. And so he goes there and he goes to like a bar, he gets into a fight with the waiter, and then he ends up getting the waiter fired because he's like very wealthy and he just throws his weight around. So he gets the waiter fired. So the waiter is like pissed and he decides the only way to get back at him is to steal his girlfriend, which is the male, like the main female character in here. And so he like goes out and he like pretends to be her friend. Eventually she like catches feelings for him, and that's basically where the story goes. It's a cute little book. It's not very summer themed because it is during the school year, but we do get like a lot of like beach scenes, or like scenes on the beach, swimming in the beach, just beach vibes in general. So that's Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy. Definitely recommend. Then I'm going to recommend a series, which honestly this was one of my favorite series when I was in high school, or maybe even like middle school. I can't remember when it came out, but it is the Summer I Turned Pretty series. I only have one of the books because the other two I just don't have for some reason. But the Summer I Turned Pretty by Miss Jenny Han. Okay. I used to be obsessed with these books. I reread them last year because I was in my reading era, and it's so interesting to read books from like when I was a child to like now an adult. It's like such a different mindset. This book is about a girl who she is in love with two brothers, and every year her family and the guys like that she loves, so every summer they go to Cousins Beach together and they spend the entire summer together. But the summer where this book picks up, she hit puberty, she grew up, she got really cute, and now both of the guys are like, their heads are turned because they're like, Belly got hot, Belly got pretty. So basically now they're both like kind of having feelings for her, like they both like her, but she also has like feelings for both of them, so it's like a little weird. And this book does a little back and forth where it shows us like the past where like they were kids and growing up together, and how like no one really cared for her or like even noticed her, and moving, you know, back to the present moment. And then this is like a 3-book series. So there's The Summer I Turned Pretty, then there's It's Not Summer Without You, that picks up the summer after, and it picks up where like something really big life-changing happened, and Belly's still like in like the limbo phase with like both the brothers, even though like it ended with like her being in a situation with Conrad, I believe. Then the 3rd book is We'll Always Have Summer, and that's just the final book. Another really big crazy thing happened. I can't say because I want to be a spoiler, but these books are so cute, especially if like you're into like YA romance. I definitely recommend. And it's also a Prime show right now. The 2nd series comes out July 14th, and I'm really excited to see it. Even though it's a little cringy, it's not as good as the books, but it is very cute, and I love anything where we see like, you know, minority female characters are shining, which we know Belly's like half Asian, which I love. Next book I have is Watch Over Me by Mila Gray. This book is not like very summer themed, but it does give like beachy vibes, so I thought I would recommend it as well. But it's about a dad who is abusive, and one day he's like beating the mom like so bad, so the daughter like calls the police, he gets arrested, he gets thrown in jail. Except fast forward a few years later, their house just randomly burns down. right? And they don't know how this happened, and then the little brother goes missing. We don't know how this happened, and they kind of just have an idea like it might be the dad, so now they're on the run. Actually, they found out that the dad is out of jail, so they aren't necessarily sure that he was the one who burned their house down, but they're on the run. And the older brother is in the Navy, or I think like something in the military, and he leaves his best friend to kind of like take care of his family. And so that's kind of what we get in this book, is the best friend's trying to take care of the family. However, he starts catching feelings for the oldest sister, and it's just like a crazy, it's a thriller. That's what it is. It's like a crazy thriller with them like constantly like looking over their shoulder for the crazy abusive dad, but also like being young and falling in love with like your brother's best friend. It's crazy, but it's such a good book. There's like a lot of walks on the beach, a lot of like swimming action going on. You do get a little summer vibes, or just like beach vibes in general. So if you want like a little thriller, a thriller moment in your summer, if you're over the summer romance, you want a little thriller, definitely recommend this. The next book on my list is Something Wilder by Christina Lauren. This doesn't really give beach vibes, but the setting is in a national park in Utah, which it just gives summer vibes, even though it's not like very beachy or like lake vibes. It's set in Utah in the Canyonlands National Park, which I don't know, when I think national park I just think summer vibes. Basically, this book is about a girl whose dad is a treasure hunter, and he's left her with like no money in the bank. However, she does has his hand-drawn maps to guide tourists on a treasure hunt throughout the Canyonlands of Utah, and it helps to pay the bills. But it isn't enough to pay back the beloved ranch her father sold, or to buy back the beloved ranch her father sold years ago, and it's definitely not enough to do with her first love walking back into her life with a motley crew of friends ready to hit the trails. Leo Grady knew mirages were a thing in the desert when the silhouette of his greatest regret comes into focus in the flickering light of the campfire. So it's giving summer vibes, okay? It's giving summer vibes. The campfire, Leo realizes he wants nothing more than to reconnect with his first and only love. Unfortunately, Lily draws a clear line in the sand. It's never going to happen, but when the routine trip goes completely sideways, the group wonders if maybe the legend of the hidden treasures wasn't a gimmick after all. Alone under the stars in the isolated and dangerous mazes of the Canyonlands, Leo and Lily must decide whether they'll risk their lives and hearts on the adventure of a lifetime. So it just sounds like a really fun, kind of like crazy read. It's giving second chance romance. I'm really excited to actually get into this book, and it's so cute. Cover? Are you kidding? I started reading it, but I haven't really finished. I only read like the first couple pages, which it was pretty funny what I read, so I kind of liked it so far, but I didn't finish. Anyway, then next book I have is another Emily Henry, and I know I said I'm an Emily Henry hater, but I'm giving her another try, okay? So I have Happy Place by Emily Henry. I mostly got this book because the cover is stinky cute. It's so pretty. And you know what, I want to give her another try. I want to see if I actually like this book. I see a lot of people say it's mid, but like summer vibes, okay? Summer vibes. It's about a friend group who goes on vacation every year, except two people from the friend group who are actually dating are now like they're broken up. So now they're on vacation with their friends, except no one knows they're broken up, so they have to pretend to still be dating, except they still have feelings for each other. Crazy. So I really like that plot line, I really like that storyline, and so I thought this book would be so good to read for the summer. I'm probably going on vacation in like 2 weeks, so I'm gonna read this at some point. I'm really excited. Like the covers are so pretty, the storyline seems so good, and I've been seeing a lot of people on TikTok quote it, and the quotes just look really good. So I'm really excited to read this though. I haven't read it yet, so I can't really say like recommend, but like if you're looking for a summer book and you want to read with me, like we can read this together, girly pop. Next book I recommend is Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune, and Carly Fortune is the author of Every Summer After, which I read last year. I don't have a physical copy of that book, but I definitely recommend it as well. Every Summer After is a second chance romance. It's so good. It gives you all the summer vibes. So I actually recommend that, but this I recently read. I actually finished it last weekend. Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune is a second chance romance. It's about Fern Brookbanks. Her mom recently died, and so now she inherited her mom's lakeside resort, except that's not really her dream, that's not her passion, that's not what she wanted to do with her life. So she's having a lot of internal struggles. And then fast forward like I think 9 years earlier, 10 years earlier, she had met this guy. They came up with like a whole plan to meet 1 year later at the resort, except he never showed up, and Fern had really strong feelings for him. Except now, fast forward back 10 years later, he shows up at the resort where Fern is in like a very vulnerable place because she recently lost her mom and she's mourning, but she's also trying to figure out what to do with the lakeside resort because that's kind of where all her family's legacy really lies. And Will shows up and he's like acting super sketchy and he's offering to help her out, and she just doesn't really know what to do, so she's just going along with like a lot of back and forth. In general, this book, I cried a little bit, which, you know, if I say I cry a little bit, it's a 5-star read for me immediately, but I cried a little bit because of the mom stuff, but also just like her reading her mom's diary and like all the like lake vibes. You're getting all the like vibes, like her on her canoe, and oh, it's just so cute. And we also get a little bit of romance with, actually a lot of romance with Will, and I don't know, it's just such a cute little summer romance book. Definitely recommend you guys. This book is so cute. Also, the cover is everything. It's such a cute cover as well, and so definitely recommend this. And that's pretty much all I got for y'all. That's my summer book recommendations. I think I recommended maybe like 12-ish books, I don't know, but that's pretty much all I got for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't subscribed, if you go ahead and subscribe to my channel for more, and I'll see you guys next Sunday. I love you guys so much, and bye.
I'ma pull a study to the side. She keep coming at me every day and night. When I left in my life started feeling right.